All right, so this guy's struggling a little bit with his down, so we're going to try and break it up into different bits and pieces. And I'm actually using I'm using a treat that will make him a little bit more motivated to figure this out while I'm shaping this. So we're not naming anything yet, we're just in the shaping phase. What I typically like to do is move backwards and then kind of move into the dog and get them to collapse into a down. He tends to get frustrated and he swats at my hand a lot. So I'm not going to be able to do all the motion stuff. I'm going to have to go, I get my hands together like this. I kind of cup his face and let him lick on those treats, and I just kind of push. And at some point, if his front end drops, I'll mark and reward that, right? If I don't even have that yet, I'll mark and reward him pushing into my hands. And I'll have to break it into phases. Yes. Right, so he's pushing into my hand really good, so I let him have that. And then I'll get him pushing into my hands good again. Yes. I'll mark and reward that. So I have to break it into small sections in order to find success. Pushing into my hands. Now I'll try and push on his front end. Yes. Right, I got his front end to drop a little bit, so I'll mark and reward that. He has to get rewarded for his efforts, or he might give up and get frustrated again. So now I'll ask for that same thing again. Get that front end to drop, if I can. So he's pushing into my hands, and I'm just pushing back into him. See if we can get him at a better angle for the camera. I push into him, get his front end to potentially drop. Swatting it makes it disappear. Right, I always pull it in when he swats and it disappears. He doesn't get anything. If he goes with his face, he can keep pushing at it and I let him lick. Yes. All right, I got his front end to drop again. Mark and reward that. Eventually I want to get the back end to drop. So I have my hands cupped. He's kind of shoving his face up and under my hands a little bit and pushing and trying to get low. Basically what I'm doing is I'm encouraging him to keep getting low until he eventually drops all the way down. He's swatting again, so I'll redirect him off of that. All right, and the swatting, yes, all right, finally got him to lay down, right? So the swatting is just frustration. I don't get mad about it, I just make the reward disappear from in front of his face. So now that we got one time him laying down, we'll get it again. Yes. And I'll give him two pieces there. Help reinforce that idea of being in that position. Now if he gets crooked, right, he came in crooked and sideways, I'll just move him and reposition him. Yes. All right, now I'll get every repetition faster and faster. Yes, right, so he's figured out what I'm looking for. Now I'll see if I can stand up so I don't have to be laying on the ground. We stand up, do the same thing. Yes. Now I'll see if I can add motion to it, moving forward. See how he gets a little bit frustrated again. So the forward motion adds motivation because he's chasing food, which when they're chasing, they're more likely to get frustrated. To see how I lost him, right? He's like, I don't know what's going on. I'm getting frustrated. Yes. Yay! Good job, buddy. That was a good session. So you have to break it in phases sometimes. Mark and reward bits and pieces until you can get the whole thing. And just be patient. If they're swatting at you, don't get mad at them. Just remove reward. Put it behind your back. Move it away from them. Get them reset and start over again. Also, working with something of higher value is helpful for them staying dedicated inside of those repetitions. Eventually, I don't use high value all the time. Like, I'll do it for 1 or 2 sessions to start getting it shaped, and then after that, I'll go back to using their regular food or lesser value treats, whatever I'm using in most of their training. But to get some of the early shaping done, I'll use something of high value to keep that motivation going so that they stay invested in figuring out what you're looking for. So take your time, have fun.